All right, last Sunday I got called into work. After church, I got called into work. I get home roughly, by the time I showered in bed, it was 5:30 a.m. My alarm goes off between 6 and 6:15 every morning. I was not in a good mood. I was tired. I was just not in a very good mood, losing a friend days prior to that. I was just not in a good mood, and I had a little discussion with God. Anyways, so I get to work, still not in a good mood. My manager asked me if I would go to the store. And I said no, absolutely not. I said it twice, 3 times. And he goes and he does whatever, he walks away, does whatever. And I feel my mood is like enlightening. It's just getting better, not knowing why. About 20 minutes later, he comes back and asks me, will you go to the store? And I said yes. I said, finally, yes. So I said, I will be back in 17 minutes because the store is just right around the corner. And he says, take all the time you need. And I'm thinking, well, if you know my boss, it's not like him. He'd never say that. And I'm like, okay, well, it's going to take me 6 minutes to punch out, 6 minutes. You know, he's like, don't punch out, just go. And I'm like, okay, give me a list or give me whatever you need. And so I get to the store and I walk in and I see this lady crying, and for the life of me, my heart just, I don't know. I asked God to take her pain away. And I went over, I got what I needed on my list for my boss. And as I'm in the checkout line, there's people behind me, and there's a cashier on this side, and the cashier's like, ma'am, you can come over here. I couldn't move. Like, I could not move. I couldn't even turn my head. I couldn't move. As I'm still asking God to take away this woman's pain. For the life of me, I don't know. I mean, I know it's God working, but I reached out, I put my hand on her shoulder, and I asked her to go for coffee. She said, sure. I'm thinking, okay, God, now what do you want me to do? Like, you know, I'm supposed to go back to work. I don't get it, you know, just help me out here. We ended up going to Perkins for coffee, and we talked for about an hour. And we talked about God, and we talked about life. She was having a bad day. So an hour later came, and I'm like, I gotta get back to work. And as I'm going back to work, she was smiling. I gave her a hug. I gave her my number, told her to text, call anytime she wants. I'm available. And a whole hour went by, and in my head, I'm thinking, did I say something wrong? Could I have said something different? You know, maybe I should have said this. Maybe I should have done that. Maybe, you know, I just didn't know if I did everything correctly. I didn't know. So I had all these thoughts racing in my head. An hour later, I get this text message. She says, thank you for saving my life. You're an angel. Come to find out, she was gonna kill herself that day. And she had asked God to send her somebody. I have learned that it doesn't matter what walk of life you've had. If you've had a good walk of life or a horrible walk of life, if God wants you to do something, He's going to put you at the right place at the right time. And I've been thinking about this verse, 2 Timothy 2:20-21. Now in a large house there are not only gold and silver vessels, but also vessels of wood and of earthenware, and some to honor and some to dishonor. Therefore, if anyone cleanses himself from these things, he will be a vessel for honor, sanctified, useful to the master, prepared for every good work.